how Lenovo quietly took over the PC industry. For years, the PC industry looked predictable. The same brands, the same players, the same leaders at the top. And then, almost unnoticed, Lenovo changed everything. Without flashy marketing or loud promises, it moved behind the scenes, made bold decisions, and slowly climbed to the very top. Today, Lenovo isn't just competing with the biggest names in tech, it's leading them. So how did a company few people talked about quietly take over the global PC market? This is the story most people missed. 10. The PC industry before Lenovo's rise. For years, the personal computer industry felt untouchable. A small group of powerful Western companies controlled almost everything. IBM set the standard for what a computer should be. HP and Dell ruled offices and homes. Compaq pushed competition to its limits. These brands didn't just sell machines, they sold trust. If a business wanted reliability, there were only a few names to choose from, and everyone knew them. Back then, innovation came at a heavy cost. Designing new hardware required massive investment. Manufacturing demanded global supply chains that only a handful of companies could manage. And once customers trusted a brand, convincing them to switch was incredibly difficult. The barriers were so high that entering the PC market felt nearly impossible for outsiders. While these giants fought each other with marketing wars and price battles, Lenovo took a very different path. It didn't rush in. It didn't challenge the leaders directly. Instead, Lenovo watched closely, learning how the industry worked, understanding where the cracks were forming. And when the perfect moment arrived, when even the biggest players started to rethink their future, Lenovo made a single, daring move. A move so quiet, yet so powerful, that it would reshape the global PC industry forever. 9. The deal that shocked the tech world. In the early 2000s, something unthinkable happened in the tech world. IBM, the very company that had invented the personal computer, decided it was done with PCs. The market had changed. Profits were shrinking, competition was getting ruthless, and consumer laptops were no longer the future IBM wanted to chase. For a company focused on high-end enterprise solutions, the PC business had become more trouble than it was worth. So IBM chose to walk away. But when one giant steps back, another sees opportunity. That's when Lenovo made a move no one saw coming. A company many outside Asia barely recognized stepped forward and acquired IBM's entire PC division, including the iconic ThinkPad brand. Overnight, Lenovo didn't just gain factories or supply chains, it gained instant global credibility. It inherited IBM's enterprise customers, long-term corporate contracts, and decades of hard-earned trust. ThinkPad alone was legendary. Known for its durability, no-nonsense design, and elite keyboards, it was the gold standard for professionals. By owning ThinkPad, Lenovo suddenly owned a symbol of reliability respected worldwide. In a single deal, Lenovo jumped decades ahead of its competitors. It was no longer trying to break into the industry. It was already inside, sitting shoulder to shoulder with the biggest names in technology, ready to play the long game. 8. The genius of keeping ThinkPad alive. When companies buy legendary products, they often make a fatal mistake. They try to improve them. New designs, new branding, new ideas. And in the process, they erase the very soul that made those products special. ThinkPad could have easily suffered the same fate. But Lenovo showed rare restraint. Instead of forcing change, Lenovo chose preservation. It understood that ThinkPad wasn't just a laptop, it was a symbol, a tool trusted by engineers, executives, and institutions where failure simply wasn't an option. So Lenovo kept what mattered. The clean, no-nonsense design stayed. The keyboard, praised as one of the best ever made, remained untouched. The durability standards that made ThinkPads famous were not lowered, they were reinforced. This wasn't accidental. Lenovo invested heavily in maintaining ThinkPad's engineering culture, even keeping the strict quality testing that had defined the brand for years. As a result, longtime users didn't feel like they were switching brands at all. To them, ThinkPad was still ThinkPad, just under new ownership. That decision paid off massively. Corporate clients stayed loyal, governments stayed confident, institutions stayed on board. And in an industry built on trust, Lenovo gained something far more powerful than marketing: credibility. That trust became Lenovo's quiet but unstoppable advantage. 7. While others chased style, Lenovo chased scale. While many PC brands were busy chasing headlines, Lenovo was quietly building something far more powerful. As competitors fought for attention with ultra-thin designs, flashy launches, and lifestyle-driven marketing, Lenovo focused on scale, the ability to produce, adapt, and deliver computers at a global level without losing efficiency. Lenovo invested deeply in its supply chain, optimizing every step from sourcing components to final assembly. This allowed the company to control costs while maintaining consistent quality. Instead of relying on a single manufacturing hub, Lenovo built a truly global production network, reducing risk and responding faster to demand in different regions. But scale alone wasn't enough. Lenovo paired it with smart customization. Rather than selling one laptop to everyone, Lenovo designed products for specific users: affordable machines for students, reliable workhorses for offices, powerful systems for creators, high-performance rigs for gamers, secure long-life devices for large enterprises. This strategy made Lenovo incredibly hard to avoid. No matter the budget or use case, there was always a Lenovo option on the shelf. Slowly and steadily, Lenovo laptops began appearing everywhere, in classrooms, boardrooms, studios, and homes. It wasn't flashy growth, it was strategic expansion. And by the time the industry noticed, Lenovo was already everywhere. 6. Becoming the world's largest PC maker. Lenovo didn't announce its dominance with flashy headlines or dramatic product launches. There were no viral campaigns or bold claims about changing the future. Instead, Lenovo climbed to the top quietly, step by step, quarter by quarter. While the spotlight stayed on other brands, Lenovo did something few expected. It overtook giants like HP and Dell to become the world's largest PC manufacturer. And this wasn't a one-time victory. Lenovo held that position repeatedly, even as the market shifted and demand changed. While competitors experienced sharp highs followed by painful drops, Lenovo stayed remarkably steady. That consistency wasn't luck, it was design. The key was diversification. Lenovo wasn't dependent on a single type of customer or region. When consumer laptop sales slowed, enterprise and corporate contracts kept revenue flowing. When one market faced pressure, another picked up the slack. Education, business, gaming, infrastructure. Lenovo had a presence everywhere. Instead of chasing short-lived trends, Lenovo built a system designed to survive every market cycle. A system focused on balance, scale, and resilience. And in an industry known for sudden rises and dramatic falls, that quiet stability is exactly what turned Lenovo into the undisputed global leader. 5. More than just laptops. Lenovo realized something many PC brands failed to see in time. Laptops alone wouldn't define the future of technology. The world was moving toward cloud computing, data-driven decisions, and AI-powered systems, and Lenovo didn't want to be left behind selling just screens and keyboards. So instead of doubling down only on consumer devices, Lenovo quietly expanded into the foundations of modern computing. It invested heavily in data centers and enterprise servers, supplying the machines that power businesses, cloud platforms, and large organizations behind the scenes. These aren't products most consumers ever see, but they're the systems everything else depends on. Lenovo also moved into cloud infrastructure and AI-ready hardware, positioning itself where long-term demand would grow, not where trends would fade. At the same time, Lenovo built strong sub-brands like Legion, targeting gamers who needed raw performance, reliability, and thermal control, not gimmicks. This balanced approach allowed Lenovo to serve both high-end professionals and everyday users without losing focus. While flashy brands chased attention and short-term buzz, Lenovo focused on contracts, infrastructure, and long-term partnerships. It stopped thinking like a gadget maker and started acting like a technology backbone. And in the tech world, that's where the real power and lasting influence is built. 4. The quiet brand strategy. Lenovo's approach to branding has always been unconventional, at least compared to the flashy, headline-chasing strategies of its competitors. The company rarely launches viral campaigns that dominate social media. It doesn't pay celebrities to hold its laptops or make bold promises about futuristic, untested technologies. Lenovo doesn't try to dazzle with spectacle. Instead, it focuses on something far more valuable: confidence. Confidence in products that work, products that last, and products that businesses, schools, and governments can depend on every single day. While other companies chased trends and hype, Lenovo quietly built a reputation for reliability. Its laptops, servers, and enterprise solutions became synonymous with durability and performance. Users knew what to expect. No surprises, no gimmicks, just consistent quality. This seemingly boring strategy turned out to be a stroke of genius. In a world obsessed with flashy launches and viral marketing, Lenovo became the brand people trusted when failure wasn't an option. Schools, offices, and organizations don't want excitement. They want stability. And Lenovo became the very definition of that stability, quietly earning loyalty and respect on a global scale. 3. Surviving global shifts and industry changes. The technology industry has always been a battlefield of unpredictability. Economic slowdowns can strike suddenly, supply chains can collapse overnight, and consumer tastes can shift in ways no one anticipates. In such a turbulent environment, many PC brands faltered, caught off guard by events they couldn't control. Some struggled to keep production running. Others failed to meet demand or lost the trust of their customers. Lenovo, however, approached these challenges differently. Instead of reacting in panic, it adapted with precision and patience. The company optimized its global operations, making manufacturing more flexible and cost-efficient. It tightened control over supply chains, ensuring it could continue delivering products even when disruptions threatened competitors. Lenovo also prioritized long-term partnerships over quick profits, securing deals with enterprises, governments, and institutions that provided steady revenue regardless of market swings. This focus on stability, resilience, and foresight became Lenovo's secret weapon. While other brands stumbled or retreated in times of uncertainty, Lenovo stayed calm, focused, and prepared. It didn't just survive industry upheavals, it thrived through them, solidifying its position as the world's leading PC manufacturer. And in an industry defined by volatility, that kind of steady dominance is nothing short of extraordinary. 2. Why Lenovo's story matters. Lenovo's story matters because it challenges almost everything we think we know about success in the tech world. In an industry obsessed with hype, headlines, and viral moments, Lenovo proved that none of those are mandatory to win. It didn't try to be the loudest voice in the room. It didn't rely on flashy marketing or constant reinvention. Instead, it focused on doing the basics exceptionally well, again and again. Lenovo showed that patience can be more powerful than speed. While others rushed to chase trends, Lenovo took time to understand the market, the customers, and the long-term direction of technology. Its strength came from execution, delivering reliable products at scale across regions, industries, and price points. And most importantly, Lenovo listened. It understood what customers actually needed: stability, performance, and trust. By prioritizing consistency over attention, Lenovo built relationships instead of buzz. It became the brand people relied on when the stakes were high and failure wasn't an option. Lenovo didn't demand trust with bold promises. It earned it through years of quiet performance. And that's why its rise isn't just impressive, it's a blueprint for sustainable success in any industry. 1. How Lenovo won without making noise. Lenovo's journey is a reminder that real dominance doesn't always announce itself. There were no dramatic takeovers, no loud claims of changing the world, and no constant race for attention. Instead, Lenovo moved quietly, step by step, making smart decisions when others were distracted. Every choice, from acquiring a legendary brand to protecting its identity, from building a global supply chain to expanding beyond laptops, was part of a long-term plan. This wasn't about short-term wins. Lenovo played the long game. It invested in stability, scale, and trust, knowing that technology isn't just about innovation, it's about reliability. While other brands chased trends and visibility, Lenovo focused on being indispensable, the kind of company businesses, schools, and institutions depend on without even thinking twice. Even today, many people underestimate Lenovo. Yet millions of computers around the world power on every morning because of it. Offices run, classrooms operate, and entire systems function on Lenovo hardware. Not as a passing trend or a flashy symbol of innovation, but as a foundation. And in the world of technology, that's the most powerful position a company can hold. Lenovo proved that you don't need hype to dominate. You need strategy. But Lenovo isn't the only tech giant with a surprising story. One company faced global pressure and still found a way to come back stronger, and another quietly challenged the biggest names in smartphones. If you want to see how Huawei rebuilt itself or how Vivo changed the game, those stories are on your screen right now. Click one. You won't see these brands the same way again.